barbarian one and Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yes.
Isn't that have something to do with like Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Huh?
The Sweet Baby Rays.
Hold on. Stop. Okay. All right. Are you recording, Raven?
Of course I'm recording.
Okay, good. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll do the intro here in a minute. What in the world do you mean Sweet Baby Ray's has something to do with Mark Zuckerberg? I want to hear this.
Didn't he put it like on his steak that one time?
What?
Mark
What a weird pull.
Mark Zuckerberg put Sweet Baby Ray's on his steak. Okay, and
Didn't he do that?
probably. Like, there's people out there that put ketchup on steak. Like, I don't understand, like, what...
No, I'm not like frowning upon it. I'm just like stating.
You're saying he did something?
Yes.
I bet you he drives the car, too. Like, I don't know. That's such an innocuous thing for you to, like, specifically bring it up.
I actually heard that he doesn't have a license.
Where are your sources from, please?
You know,
I'm
them.
I'm gonna like gaslight y'all this whole time.
That's
we
okay.
had... All right, so
That's what I
My
do, your
toes
dad.
fell off.
So here's what she did one time and immediately got called out for it. She said, "Hey, do you know that the kids at a neighboring middle school, that they have litter boxes in their bathrooms?" And I'm like, "No, they don't." And she goes, "Yes, they do." And I'm like, "No, they don't.
That was
They
like in
absolutely
7th grade.
do not have that." Actually, no, that was 8th grade. That was like 6 months ago.
Well, I've changed since then.
And I was like,
She's
no, they
completely
don't,
different now,
because
Mark.
that is clearly a health violation. Like, there's no way that they do that. And she was adamant until my other brother's girlfriend was like, "No, I'm a substitute teacher there like 4 days a week. I promise you that is not something they do."
She should go sub in my school.
And she straight up looked at her with this look like, "Well, I don't even know what to say now." I mean, it was just this. You watched her whole, just all
No,
the way
it was just-
deflate.
It was just what I heard.
Wait,
Rumors
Cody's
spread.
girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh,
She's like, "No, I substitute teach there. Like, I don't even know what in the world you're talking about." She was like, but. And it's like, "No, it's nonsense."
but
I
I
don't go
heard it
there.
through the grapevine.
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
Rumors spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep spreading your rumors. We love to hear it.
I don't do drama. Once I started,
Yeah, you do.
Technically,
You
you do.
literally won state yesterday. By the way, congratulations. Super proud of you.
Shush.
Kiddo, we talk about our lives here.
No, that was gonna be my highlight of the week, and you just ruined it. Now I have to think of something new.
No, you can still talk about that. That's okay.
No.
No, kiddo. It's
I rode
okay.
my scooter and I went to the store and I had a Capri Sun.
Close enough.
I saw that YouTube short you
That
made.
that little clip that I put up on our social medias where we asked Amy last week what her favorite part of the week was. She's like, drinking
that's
Kool-Aid, hold on. Drinking Kool-Aid, drinking Kool-Aid, eating Go-Gurt,
Riding my scooter.
and riding my scooter. And then you come up with like, "Yeah, that sounds bussin'."
Yes, I remember that.
And I intentionally did. I put all that stuff in After Effects and intentionally did it really, really bad. Because once I started importing the images that I downloaded and realized they were all like super small and going to be low res, I was like, well, let's just dial that crappy meter as far
Dude, I love
as far as we can.
good low res like memes and
I have
jokes.
Riz.
Like
the
I
best thing.
straight up
I didn't
wanted
say
it.
Riz. Get out of
Oh.
here.
All right,
I need you to introduce what
the show.
no. I mean, yeah, I guess that. But what generation your daughter is.
I
I'm
think
Gen Z.
now they're called
There's
Gen
no
Alpha.
way.
No, I'm Gen Z.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
There's no way you're Gen Z because I'm technically Gen Z.
I'm
That's
Gen
insane.
Z too. What is the year range for
She's
Gen
asking
Z?
Siri. See, this is how I know she's Gen Alpha, because she doesn't physically
Between-
type anything
between
into
nine-
her phone to look it
No.
up.
Dude, Chris has been Chris has been doing that lately, and every single time I just look at him like, you better turn that off. But I say a lot more words. Jesus.
What is all right? So you think that you're a Gen Z?
Yes, it's 1995 to 2010. I was born in 2008.
Okay, so you're right on the cusp
Yes, I very
of.
much am.
Okay, so this is like me.
No.
Technically, I'm Gen X, but because
You're a
I
millennial, I thought.
no
No, he's not.
Gen X, just barely.
Yeah.
But all of my mannerisms are millennial.
Yeah,
I'm
I
what they
feel
call
that
an elder millennial.
because I'm right on the cusp of Gen Z and millennial, and so that's fun.
I'm not Gen Alpha. I'm not a sticky iPad kid. That's
Your
Amy.
uncle is.
Speak.
That's Amy, who's the sticky iPad kid.
Well, yeah, she's 5 years younger than you,
Yeah.
which makes sense. But you also share a lot of Gen Alpha, traits. Like there's a lot of Gen Z in there, but also a lot of Gen Alpha.
I would say there's more Gen Z than Gen Alpha.
Maybe.
You don't know me.
Okay.
What you know about me?
On God.
What you know?
Oh,
My
Jesus.
lip gloss is cool.
On God,
My lip
fam.
gloss be popping.
For real, for real. Oh God, it's lit.
So, all right. So what's up, everybody? Now that we've been talking for like 5 minutes to my Gen Alpha daughter.
Wait, that's gonna be in the
Yes.
what?
So welcome to the show, everybody. We're kind of a little bit unorthodox this week, but welcome to the Nerd for No Reason podcast, your weekly nerd culture and movie review podcast. This week, we have a
This
very
week
special
is brought
guest.
to you by family.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
We're like our own little Fast and Furious movie over here, and I'm the Dom Toretto.
No, I am.
And sitting next to me, who keeps talking, is none other than my little baby Brian. Alice! Say hello, Alice.
Who's Brian?
Yeah,
That's-
I also don't give the reference since I haven't watched any of them.
Oh, next year we're going to introduce you to the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh,
Not spoilers ahead for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there is a baby that is introduced into the movie, I think in the 7th movie? No, 8th movie. There's a baby that is introduced, and to honor Paul Walker's passing, they named the kid Brian after Paul Walker's character, which is weird because in universe, Paul Walker's character hasn't died yet, so he just doesn't show up. He's just conveniently off screen. Yeah,
Wait,
it's a whole thing. We'll get into it next year because we're for sure going to cover it. What's up?
is
Alright.
that dude where they had like his funeral like in the thing like in the movie or something?
Kind of, yeah.
Probably.
So we'll talk about it like it's by far the best Fast and Furious movie. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. Make you talk about family. Yeah. So welcome everybody. I'm glad to be here. This is super fun. I think this is going to be a fun episode. Either that, or I'm going to be ready to pull my hair out by the end of the episode.
It's gonna be a
Don't
wild
say
and wacky
that.
and crazy little episode.
it
Whoa.
No, Raven, how you been this week?
Man, I'm ready to have some days off and eat some food and pretend that I don't exist to the working world.
For sure.
That is what I am so excited for this upcoming week. How about you guys?
OMG. So for Thanksgiving, we're gonna be bougie.
Oh,
We're
God.
gonna go to Mexican.
You guys are getting Mexican for
Yes.
making Mexican? Okay. Nice.
Apparently, I'm not real sure how did this come about?
Amy wanted Mexican, and then Mom was like, I don't have a problem with it. And then you were like, the less cooking I have to do. And I was like, yay, LJ's. And yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I
El
guess we're doing
Hacienda.
Mexican on Thanksgiving, if it's open.
Nice.
So
Hey, just grab you some tortillas and stuff ahead of time, just in case.
I mean, listen, we
I
were
feel
talking
like they'd probably be open though.
Yeah, they should be.
we were talking about Mexican at work and how like I think Mexican is probably like universally the best food
True.
because it is really just kind of like the same few ingredients, just arranged differently and like slightly seasoned differently. But it is, I think it was last Sunday, I got something. I thought it was something else. And then when I got it, I was like, this isn't what I ordered. And it was, in fact, because I was thinking, it was a different meal altogether. But I was like, cool, I'm still going to eat this.
Yeah.
There's no downside. Like, I don't really think there's a Mexican dish where I'd be like, no, I can't eat this. This is gross.
Well,
It's
you're
all pretty
also-
much delicious.
You're also not a picky eater.
Well, that's true, but also most Mexican foods consist of a protein, beans, rice, lettuce, like kind of just the
Cheese.
same ingredient. Yeah, cheese. Like it's all kind of pretty much the same. I got essentially those ingredients put in between two pieces of bread last night in a torta, and it was delicious.
Yeah. Dude,
Alrighty.
that's like Mexican is straight up like my family's favorite thing to eat. My family came back from their vacation from Ireland and they instantly were like, "So we're getting lunch tomorrow at Mexican, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." I had had Mexican like 3 times that week because I was off all week and was just like, "Let's go." So that's
Vámonos.
it is. It's such a lovely thing.
All right, you ready to talk about some news before we get into this week's movies? Nerd news live from Hollywood, California. Pedro
Yes, Hollywood,
Pascal is cast as
California.
Reed Richards.
Ooh.
Dude, they said, let's end this strike and came out with so much stuff.
It's been a wild run of and in the last week and a half since the strike ended. We've got, pretty much all the stuff that we talked, trailers and news announcements, and now we're starting with the casting stuff. And I'm kind of curious because this was one of those things where have they been sitting on this for 6 months, or was like Pedro Pascal well, I don't want to say working, well, because I don't know what like the kind of details are for actors, like striking actors working with studios to like get cast. I don't know. But yeah, he is Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. How do you feel about him getting it and not John Krasinski, who played it in Multiverse of Madness?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, because, it's one of those things for the Multiverse of Madness that there were like so many different people playing different stuff. So honestly, I think it's nice also to kind of just rebrand it maybe. Yeah, because this is by Marvel Studios. Is it still going to be, what's his name directing it?
Uh, this is, let's see, Matt Shackman is the guy who is going to be directing it. I don't know who that is. Let me
Same.
look him up real quick.
But like, Pedro Pascal is such a great actor. And no offense to John Lazinski or whatever his last name is. Sorry. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I do love Pedro Pascal and I think he just nails every single like aspect of any movie he makes. So I'm excited for him to do a superhero movie, to be honest.
last
He gets
month,
around.
last month when I went to Colorado in Las Vegas, I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and that was a fantastic movie, and Pedro Pascal was wonderful in it. Him and Nick Cage is like, I want more movies with just them two in it, like a buddy cop movie, like a 1980s buddy cop movie with them two, because they were
Ooh,
awesome together.
that would be fun. That'd be a good
So,
time.
but yeah, Pedro has been on just a wild run recently because he's, obviously The Mandalorian. He has
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, which is apparently really good. I think he's got an
Chris
Emmy.
and I started watching it. It is super good. So if you haven't watched it, I would suggest you watch it.
Okay, I will see if I can find it in places because we don't currently have Max.
Oh, that's
So-
fair.
So, I looked up Matt Shackman. He is a director. He probably got on this thing because he directed a bunch of episodes of WandaVision.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
okay.
WandaVision.
So that's why he got the MCU directing role.
Nice.
So
Good for
and
him.
and this guy has been around since. Oh man, this guy's been directing TV for a while.
New Girl.
Let's see. At least 20 years, yeah. So he's been, oh man, a bunch of TV shows I've never seen. One Tree Hill, Judging Amy, Boston Legal. Yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff. He's first director credits 2002. So this dude's been in the
Okay.
game. And apparently he started acting in the 80s. So, which is wild because his picture looks like this man does not look like he has been acting since the 80s.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Fair
looks like, I don't know.
I don't know. He looks way younger than me.
Yeah. You are.
So, all right. So speaking of The Last of Us, this is a good
Yes.
segue into our next topic:
Yay.
nominations for video game awards.
woo-woo.
Alice, have you
Yes.
played any of the video games that are nominated in any of the categories for any of the Game of the Year stuff?
I've played Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about that on the show a couple months ago.
Oh, we did. Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Don't
so
tell me
good
how
at
to
that
live my
game.
life. How do I do this?
I've played Super Mario Brothers, I think.
Well, you haven't played this one. Mario Wonder? You haven't played that. We don't have
No,
that.
but that's on the movie.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Best adaptation. I played Mario before. Tiramisu. I like tiramisu.
What the heck is
Yep.
tiramisu?
yeah.
It says tiramisu.
Where?
Best adaptation. Grand tiramisu.
Hold on. Let me see.
Turisumo? It doesn't say tiramisu.
What?
Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Where's my adaptation?
Turismo?
Go
I don't
up.
know how you, I don't know how
Oh,
you say that.
Gran Turismo, and you're saying tiramisu?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus.
God bless.
Oh, man. Hashtag bless up. I can't believe you right now. You know what? I might have to change my things that have made me happy over the week because I think this might be it.
Oh.
You misread Gran Turismo as Gran Tiramisu.
Oh.
Bless your
baby.
heart. Oh,
I know what
It's
Final
not-
Fantasy is.
you do. What's Final Fantasy?
It's like fighting.
Oh, really? It's
No,
like fighting?
No. It's like a role playing game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you came around to that one.
Oh my
Spider-Man. Oh, I love Spider-Man. Like I haven't played the new one, but I played the first one, and it was really fun.
Yeah, that first one was pretty bomb. All right, let's kind of get into into this a little bit more structured. So, like the big games, like the big Game of the Year games, because a lot of them are nominated in multiple categories. Is we have Alan Wake 2, which I have not played, Baldur's Gate 3, which I have played and it's pretty great, Marvel Spider-Man 2, which again I've not played, but I've played the first two and I can just imagine that this one is just as equally as great. Resident Evil 4 remake, which seems like kind of a cheat,
It is.
maybe.
I played the original one, and I do like that Resident Evil. It's really good.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
I feel like it's going to be either Legend of Zelda or Baldur's Gate.
That's what
Game
I
of the Year.
think. That's
Me
what I
too.
think. So I was talking with Alice about this earlier today, and this is a very stacked list of huge games that in any other year would they not be up against each other, they would win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
In particular, Baldur's Gate, Legend of Zelda, and Spider-Man 2 being, to me, the top three of these games. So I think it's wild that we have such a huge, like, just 5, 6 huge AAA games that are almost nominated for every category. Best game direction reads exactly like Game of the Year.
I don't know what Alan Wake 2 is. What is Alan Wake?
And
I'll look it up.
yeah,
I haven't even heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. I guess it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm probably never going to play this game. So any of my video game podcasts that I listen to, I'm just like, I'll skip this episode.
Fair enough.
Yes. So best adaptation: Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Tiramisu, The Last of Us, New Mario Bros. Wow. I cannot speak today. You've done messed me all up with the Gran Tiramisu. That sounds like a who's that one artsy fartsy director that you like, Raven?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
What's that? Did you say Wes Craven?
No, I was listening.
You
I started to, but then I heard whatever she said, and I was just like, "What?"
Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
But I do want to see the Wes Craven version of the French Dispatch.
Oh, that would probably be so fun. Just Ghostface in the background.
So, all right. Adaptation. Super Mario Bros. Movie, which didn't we do that on the podcast?
We did.
We did.
Yes.
I think that's the one to beat. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be a toss up between the Mario Bros. Movie and Last of Us.
I want to see the Grand Tiramisu or Turismo.
You know what? We will get that and we'll put it on the Plex for you, and you can watch a racing movie.
There you go.
Oh, I don't.
Oh no, too late. You said you're gonna watch it.
You'll love it.
I don't
It'll
like
be your
racing.
favorite movie.
That's so boring.
It will be. It's got David Harbour from Stranger Things in it.
Oh, I like him. But like Pop like watches drag, and that's like really boring. Is it
drag
Okay,
racing?
well, this is
like you have to specify that now.
No, you
Drag
can just say
racing.
that Pop watches drag. It's cool.
I mean, like drag racing, and it's really boring. And yeah,
Well, that's fair.
there was
You have
one
to be
time
there
he had my
live.
phone, and he was like looking up YouTube videos of drag racing and showing it to me, and I like was not interested.
Oh.
He was like,
That
"Ooh,
sounds
look
right.
at this one."
He's gonna listen to this and be heartbroken.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he will. Your dad trying to figure out how to even like download a podcast app would just be too much for him.
I don't think he has.
You know the man's got Spotify, right?
Really?
Yes.
I did not
It's
know that.
actually kind of insane to me. Anyways,
Living that bougie
All right.
life.
Let's see. Going on down the list, we got best narrative, which kind of changes it up a little bit because we got like Cyberpunk, the new Cyberpunk expansion, Final Fantasy 16.
I thought Cyberpunk was like really bad.
They've come around.
Okay.
Apparently, this new expansion pass that they did is apparently really, really good, and the game did start off kind of rocky, and they have improved it over the last couple of years, and now apparently it is a really good game.
Oh, sounds fun.
So, best art direction. Let's see. We got Alan Wake, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Mario Bros. Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. I think this is probably going to be. I think Mario Bros. Wonder is the one to beat in this art direction, and Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush kind of came out of nowhere on the Microsoft Game Pass, and I still had it at the time. And Hi-Fi Rush is a very stylistic, kind of in the same, I don't know, it's a fun kind of rhythm game, action platformer game that is really a blast, really unique art style. I think this one actually has the chance to upset everybody. So, let's see. Best score in music. Again, man, I think Hi-Fi Rush might come through in the clutch because the whole game is based around music. And it's got just a bunch of just good music. A lot of it is pre-recorded from rock and roll bands, but, you know.
okay, but like Legend of Zelda always has some like nice music.
It
That's
does.
just so calming.
It does, but Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, both of these, while the music is good, it's not plentiful.
Ah, okay.
You know, like There's
That's a
certain
little
parts
upsetting.
of Tears of the Kingdom where I'm like, yo, this music is on point. This is really good. But once you get out of that area and you're just kind of wandering around, there's no music.
Oh,
So
lame.
yeah. Let's see. Best performance. I think this is gonna be. Let's see. We got actors from Final Fantasy, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's
Nice.
Gate, and Spider-Man 2. I think this is going to be legitimately between Corey Monahan for Jedi Survivor and Yuri Lowenthal for Spider-Man 2. Because Yuri Lowenthal has been an avid supporter of Spider-Man. He's like, listen, that's all I want to do for the entire rest of my career is just voice Spider-Man. And he seems to be really good at it. I love him. He's a great, and he seems like to genuinely enjoy what he's doing. So,
Yeah, he's cool.
let's see. Best independent game. Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. The only game on this list I've played is Sea of Stars. And that's a great game. So, I don't know if that will beat Dave the Diver, which seems to be really popular amongst a bunch of people. So I'm not sure. Not real sure how this is going to pan out, but we'll see. I'm trying to think. Best VR AR game, Gran Turismo 7. So I feel like as someone who owns a VR headset that we should be playing it more, but it's such an event when it comes out, I can't emotionally handle it.
No, fair. I see
So-
that Resident Evil Village is on there, and man, I bet that'd be kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Chris would probably pee himself, but I think it would probably be a really good time because I'd just be like, I don't know what to do. So I'd be standing there trying to like punch werewolves and vampire ladies.
I don't know. That would be one of those things where the kids would for sure film me, and then I'd be like, "Oh my god!" No.
Remember that time we sprayed stuff on you?
Yes, I was pretty upset.
Nice. Very nice.
I was pretty mad. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing a roller coaster thing," and I'm looking around like, "Oh, this is great."
Oh
And
my
then
god,
they like,
someone threw up on me.
and then they like sprayed they like sprayed some mist in my face. And my philosophy
Honestly?
is that if you got the headset on, no one messes with you. Because you literally, like, it's freaky. You
The
can't
amount
see
of
it coming
times
or
that I've
nothing.
seen people jump into like their TVs or like break tables and stuff.
I've seen the ones where they
I
like
get it.
have the people like standing on the boards and like they're doing that
Oh,
skyscraper
no.
thing. That one's funny.
That's so bad. But yeah, you're right, Mark. You should be left alone.
Right.
Mom actually influenced us spraying mist in your face.
Yes,
so-
I know, and I'm still upset with her about that. That happened like a year and a half ago, and I'm still upset with her about that. All right, let's see. Best action adventure game reads exactly like the game of the year, except Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I think will actually win best action adventure game above
Yeah.
everything else, because I think that every other one of these games will win in another different category. And Jedi Survivor will have to win something else. Best RPG is clearly Baldur's Gate. As much as I would love to see a small little indie game like Sea of Stars win, I mean, Baldur's Gate to me, out of this entire list, is the one to beat. It's pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, between this and Tears of the Kingdom. So, let's see. Best fighting game. Man, I don't even know.
God of Rock.
God of Rock.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I don't know anything about this game. Do you know anything about
Or
this game,
like
Alice?
Street Fighter. Street Fighter's a good one. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Have you played Street Fighter 6, Alice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her favorite.
Who's your main?
The blonde guy. I forgot his name. I can't think of him, but he's like blonde.
You're
and
right.
and he has a buzz.
And he's got a buzz?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about Ken, who is blonde, and and fights very similar to Ryu, or if you were talking about Guile, who has the buzz cut. But seeing as how you specify that he has the buzz cut,
Yeah.
let's see. I think that pretty much wraps a lot of stuff up. Most anticipated game. I don't like this category because I think it's dumb. But having
Like a
seen,
dragon.
what's that?
That's a funny name.
Which one?
Like a dragon.
Apparently, it's a really popular series.
Really?
Yes. But having seen gameplay of Star Wars Outlaws, that looks super fun. But I think Hades too, because people love Hades.
I love Hades.
Yep. And I don't know anything about the content creator, esports, any of that stuff. Raven, do you watch any of the esports stuff?
Oh, you know me. My love for esports. No. Sorry.
I don't really know what esports is. Is it even
Electronic sports. Your school has an
Get
esports
the
team.
game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. I mean, is it like digital sports?
Well, yeah, they play like Counter-Strike,
What is that?
League of Legends.
What's that?
Okay, so Counter-Strike.
Is it like
PUBG,
video games?
Yes, they're video games.
Oh.
Like three of these games are first-person shooters,
Oh.
like Halo and stuff, and the other two are what they call MOBAs.
Is that not too violent for my school?
I mean, might be kind of a conflict of interest that, Well, no, I think your guys play League of Legends. I'm not real sure, but I do think it's wild that your public high school has an esports team.
I didn't know
Dude,
that.
what the heck? All right.
Straight
Whoop,
up.
whoop.
Dude, the Air Force, the Army, like all the major branches of the military have esports teams.
Really?
When I was at Dragon Con, as a recruitment tool, there was a big Army setup at Dragon Con where they just had a bunch of Xboxes and stuff set up, and you go there and play Street Fighter and all this, and there was guys in like in like Army uniforms and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, y'all are waiting on that 18-year-old to come up and be like, what you gonna do with your life? You can play video games in the Army. I'm like, uh-huh.
We have like people at our school, like they'll like come and they'll like set up a booth, and it's like the Army or the Marines, and like especially like the Marines, they're there a lot, and they'll like have like a pull-up bar, and people do pull-ups during lunch. I think it's like recruitment or something.
It is recruitment.
Yeah, they normally do stuff like that. I don't know if you've heard, Mark, about the fact that the Marines were going to start doing like little table setups at anime shows. And when I saw that on Twitter, I was like, oh God. Because everyone was straight up like, all right, we're waiting for all the One Piece people to go up to the Marines, trying to challenge them to fights and stuff like that. Because that's, the Marines are a big part in the One Piece realm because they're constantly trying to stop the pirates. And so I have seen some photos of like people dressed up in cosplays from different characters going up to the Marines, and it's quite wild. That's for sure.
I bet it is. I could just picture a bunch of just angry Marines just fuming being at an anime convention. Be like, what are all these nerds?
Yeah. Oof.
Like, honestly, the Air Force stands a better chance at an anime convention or any comic convention for that matter. It seems like it seems like the Army and the Marines, who are looking for people to go out on the front line and fight, it might just be like a fruitless effort to be like, yes, let me go to an anime convention to recruit people.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Some of these guys get pretty buffed up for their anime costumes, so
That's true.
you could probably find some.
That's true.
So since we were talking about video games and video game adaptations into shows, do you want to talk about the cutest show that's coming out on Netflix next month?
Absolutely.
Pokemon Concierge.
Ooh, what's that?
Thank you for being so excited for it, Miss Alice. Yeah, they just put out the new trailer to show that there's going to be a new little series for Pokemon, and it'll have absolutely nothing to do with our main man Ash. R.I.P. But it's
It,
like a claymation, but it's not the creepy kind of claymation that I dislike, as I said last week. But it looks so cute, and I am so excited for it. Did you
oh,
watch the trailer for it, Mark?
No. I'm
it,
kind of watching it in silent right now, just to
it's
kind of.
kind of giving like Animal Crossing
Yeah,
vibes.
it does.
It
It does.
does. And I think that's probably why I'm like super excited for it. Because I did love Animal Crossing, but I like that there's so many different textures and
Yeah,
medias that they use in this. It's not just like all of the fluffy little Pokemon look like they're made of like felt and stuff. And so it just looks nice.
Hmm.
But that
yeah,
comes out next month on December 28th.
cool. Yeah,
Will
this
be
does
awesome.
look very unique, which is and it also in a very different style than the Wallace and Gromit that we talked about last week. So I know that Chris was giving you a hard time because he was like, "What do you think about this claymation?"
Oh
So
yeah. No, he loves to do stuff like that. Which, speaking of, I think I sent it to you, but I don't know if you actually saw it. But um, the company that Wallace and Gromit was using to provide them with clay has shut down. And
what?
so, yes, apparently the company was running out of clay. And so they only have enough clay to make one more Wallace and Gromit movie.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
How do
I
you
saw
run
that
out
and
of
was like,
clay?
what? I don't know.
Can't you
Also,
just make more?
I was
What?
just assuming that they probably reused like a decent bit of their like characters and stuff that they've already created. So I was just like, I don't know if they're gonna try and like remake a bunch of different sets or something, but I found that very interesting.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah, like
Huh.
the fact that a whole company is just like, yeah, sorry guys, we're done with it. No more Wallace and Gromit unless you decide that you want to get clay from somewhere else.
I gotta find
Which,
a gotta find a new supplier.
yeah, gotta
Hmm.
outsource your stuff.
Well, another tragedy that's come across our timeline this week. Man, R.I.P. in heaven. Uh, Snoop Dogg has decided to stop smoking marijuana, and a ripple was felt across the entire universe.
Man,
This man has built an entire second career off of how much weed he smokes, and he's like, "No, I'm giving it up." And I don't think he's saying, I don't think he'll say this out loud for a while, but it has to be health related.
Has he not like said anything about like explanation?
no. What
He
he
has not.
posted on Twitter, and I think probably on Instagram, after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time. Snoop Dogg. And the like caption is just I'm giving up smoke,
Wow.
which is actually insane. So smoke one up if you're into that for Senior Snoop Dogg, since we're not pouring one out for him, because I'm sure he's still drinking. He's still living that good life. But honestly, yeah, he's been doing it for so long. The man that smoked in the White House.
He smoked in the White House?
Yeah.
He
He
took a
smoked
tiny
everywhere.
puff. Yep, that's what that man's known for.
Oh my gosh.
Smoking.
Dang, his supplier. What is his
Oh,
supplier
yeah.
gonna
Weed
do?
dealers everywhere have shed a tear. Uh, but he's 52. I looked up his age because I wanted to see like how old he
Oh,
was and if this
yeah.
is like, you know,
That
uh,
man's been smoking for like 40 years at
oh,
this
yeah,
point.
easily. So, yeah. He's 52. I can guarantee he probably went for a checkup, and the doctor was like, "Listen, your lungs, sir, have more of a protective coating on them from weed resin.
Phew,
Stop it."
man.
All right, are you guys ready to get into this week's movie?
Yes.
Boy, oh boy,
Okay.
aren't we ready to talk about Alice's movie choice this week? Alice, please let the people know what you chose.
I chose Shrek the musical.
The Broadway musical,
Yeah,
Shrek.
yeah, yeah. I love it. It holds a special place near and dear in my heart. Um, so yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
Mark, I'm sure you've watched this before because I know that your child loves musicals and loves Shrek. How did this musical make you feel?
Ah.
If you don't like it, just say it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I had not actually watched this before. It has been
Oh,
played many times around me, and I can just say that I had not watched it because I'm like, why am I going to watch a musical version of a movie that I've seen a bunch of times? I love the first original Shrek. I remember when it came out and how great and funny I thought it was, and how great I thought Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers and everyone else was.
ooh,
And I watched this and I did not like it
oh,
because as I was watching this, I was like, it's like they were trying to do impressions of Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers and everyone else, and I was just wasn't, I just wasn't feeling it.
That's
I can
because
see why theater kids like it, but I'm not a theater kid.
you're a hater.
Yes,
that's
I am.
actually what kind of what Chris said. He was like, it's like if like a high school theater had like the best amount of money they possibly could to put on Shrek the musical.
Yes.
Like a bunch of really good kid actors just going up there and doing their thing, which
Mm.
I kind of agree with.
Yeah.
As soon as he said it, I was like, oh man, you're not wrong.
And as I'm listening to the songs, all the songs, first off, this movie was like 2.5 hours long.
It's not a
Yeah.
movie, it's a musical.
Okay, this musical was 2.5 hours long. And as I'm listening to these songs, I kept thinking to myself, this is something, if I was like, hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if Shrek was a musical? And I just started walking around the house going, singing songs, making them up on the spot. This is what I would come up with. Just look at us.
Oof.
We're going to the castle. We're going to slay a dragon. And then here's the dragon. It comes up and she's like, hey, everybody, look at me. I'm a dragon. Yes, that's
That's not what happened.
it's exactly what happened.
No.
Wonderful. I'm glad
Okay,
that Mark loved this movie. You know
loved
what's
it.
crazy? Do you know what's crazy?
What?
Is one of my friends sent me a link and like the link messed up and so I was like, "Oh, you didn't know that Shrek the Musical was a thing?" No, Shrek the Musical is coming to Chattanooga next year for like 2 days. And she was like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "What?" So I sent it to one of my other friends who also super loves Shrek. And she was like, "I'm 100% down if you want to go." So I might be seeing live Shrek the Musical, which I feel like might be better than just watching it on television as like an adaptation.
Theater stuff is weird. I think theater stuff is like hockey for me, where
What?
it's I can't watch it on TV because I didn't really like the Hamilton thing, like watching it on Disney Plus when it came out a couple years ago.
What?
I mean, it was fine,
Hater.
you know, like Hercules Mulligan's cool, but and I've watched it and I was like, okay, this is fine. But we've seen what Hello Dolly. I've seen all of your plays, Alice. So and I enjoy watching them live, but there's something lost in the translation of now it's on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I understand because it doesn't feel as magical to see the stage really whirling around because you get the like zoomed in screen, like super close face shots of like, oh, here's this person. Well, what if I want to watch the people in the background? Like, what are they doing when they're like, oh, we're moving props so things get set up. I like seeing all that little behind the scene work,
Mm.
which Chris and I actually talked about because, for the fact that Fiona is human and ogre and having to run around and change all of her appearance up, we were like, wonder if she had like a stunt double for stuff like
Oh,
this.
I know the answer.
Go for it.
So basically, this girl, the part where she's talking to Donkey like inside the little house thing, that's a stunt double. That's not the real girl. But like she's like lip syncing or like, but then at the part where they're like getting married and she's an ogre, that's the real girl. So basically they had a fake girl on there, but they didn't show her face cuz like, it's not the same girl. And while that girl was on stage, she put on like they like painted her face and then they put on like this Shrek suit. So it made her like bigger and stuff. And yeah,
Correct.
yeah. I know my
Yeah.
stuffs.
But I think for the fact that it was, videoed and they have like time to make sure that everything looks great, they probably had more time to kind of like just pause around and stuff like that. But if it's the actual show, they just have to go, go, go,
Mhm.
which is actually a fun little thing to be like, oh, how did she get to be an ogre so fast? She was just out here singing like a human. That's how.
Is this the first musical we've reviewed on the show?
Yes.
I believe so. Well, we did Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Yeah.
but
That doesn't
I
count.
guess
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so let me ask this because now I will start off with Alice. What was your favorite song in the show?
I
Do you want to come back to you?
no.
Okay.
I like the song where Pinocchio is singing. He's like blah, 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 and he's all mad. And then I like the song at the end where Pinocchio's like and and
Oh,
yeah,
God.
my favorite is Freak Flag.
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like the one where Shrek like the Shrek travel song. Yeah.
My favorite song was "I'm a Believer." Do you know why?
Oh my gosh.
I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried.
Yeah. Do you know why I like that song so much, Alice?
Why?
Because that was the end of the show.
Shut up.
Oh, got him.
You know what? Next time I'm on here, I'm just gonna totally like trash talk your movie, whether I liked it or not.
I mean, listen, if I would have liked this movie, and the thing is to be fair, again, it wasn't bad. I'm giving it a hard time, but it's like watching. I'm trying to figure out a good analogy here, but I'm not a theater kid. I appreciate it, but and I enjoy all of the shows. Like I enjoyed the show that you've done this year and the shows that you've done over the summer these past couple times, and but it's the translation thing. Like I just was not feeling it, and I want to talk to other theater kids and see if they enjoy this as much as you did.
Yeah.
They do?
Oh yeah. Like at school, well, yeah.
Well, I remember last year you were big mad that you didn't do Shrek the Musical.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
Like, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to do anything. Like, you were big mad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But like at like school, like we're like all supporters of Shrek. Like we like learn like a whole choreography to Shrek. The What's Up Duloc. That's my favorite song. I lied. What's Up Duloc is my favorite song. We learned the whole dance to that one. That one's good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That one's pretty decent.
Yeah. Lord Farquaad is my favorite.
So, as someone who was there when Shrek was born and written and released into the theaters, like I get that it's a funny thing, but it seems like the current generation of kids really like Shrek.
Yeah.
So
They
what?
sure do.
So what is it about Shrek that makes it so appealing?
It's funny. Shrek is pretty charismatic, funny, good looking, tall.
What?
So um, so
Sorry,
who
your kid
is
just said that Shrek is good looking.
yes? Um, so who's more handsome? Is it Tom Holland or Shrek?
Tom Holland.
Oh, whatever.
Do you have a Tom Holland cardboard cutout? I didn't think so.
But you also have a Shrek poster on your wall.
I do have a Shrek poster on my wall.
Oh,
I had a Harry Styles cutout, so I get it.
oh, whoop whoop.
That doesn't surprise me. You see, Raven, you seem like a One Direction type of gal.
I sure was.
Yeah,
I sure was.
I can imagine that. Raven
Thanks.
being like, oh wait, wait,
What?
that's the wrong band.
Back streets back. All right.
All right.
So, what kind of gal do I look like? What do you what kind of poster do you think was hanging on my wall?
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
I mean, there's
Happy birthday to ya. Happy
there could be
birthday.
worse things.
Hold on a second. The only Stevie Wonder songs you know is "Happy Birthday." Yeah. Wow. Okay, well,
I just
That's
learned that
your
one
kid.
too.
I know. I feel like I have failed. Audience, I am extremely sorry that she doesn't know songs in the key of life. A higher ground. There's tons of higher ground.
You probably had like an Aerosmith poster
No,
or Metallica.
I did not.
What?
I'm a hip hop head.
Oh,
and no, I didn't have Wu-Tang, a Wu-Tang poster on my wall. I'll tell you, every boy, in the late '90s. I don't know how we all had this poster, but we did. It was a Bruce Lee poster.
Sugar Hill Gang.
That was a little bit before my time.
Oh, I said a hip hop, a hip hop, and you don't stop. Oh, is that copyright?
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Yeah. So, I look forward in 10 years to be like, you remember you had that Shrek poster on your wall? And you'd be like, oh, God, Dad, that's so embarrassing.
It's still going to be on my wall.
I hope you're still not living here in 10 years.
Wait, in 10 years, I'll be 25. I can probably come visit.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
yeah,
I'll be out of the state.
I mean, you can still come visit. Just because you don't live in the state doesn't mean that you.
Nah.
I'll
she
be
can't
across
visit.
the country.
Sorry.
And
She gone.
where across the country are you gonna live?
Vancouver.
Yep, across the country.
Hey, man.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Have
I'm
fun
gonna
with
go
that.
cry in my pillow.
No, I'm not ready to be done.
Okay. Do we got anything else we want to talk about with Shrek the Musical?
Yes.
I would just like to say that I super love Lord Farquaad's whole getup.
Yeah.
The way that they did him was so good.
I think that was probably my favorite aspect of the play for sure.
It was funny when he walked on his real feet.
Yeah, you just see the little like black legs just kind of
Yeah.
across stage. Bless.
Yeah, there was a couple scenes that were very clever and fun with Lord Farquaad, and yeah, he was by far my favorite. I think he was the only person that I was looking at while he was doing his thing, and thinking to myself like, okay, he made this character, this adaptation, a lot of his own, so I'm not pining for John Lithgow to be in here doing it. Whereas Donkey, I was like, man, I really miss Eddie Murphy.
Imagine like if Kevin Hart was Donkey in a
Hey,
musical.
everybody, listen up. All right. So, that's my Kevin Hart, everybody.
Okay.
Boy, wow. Did you guys feel that from my 14-year-old?
I turned 15 in 12 days.
Dude, I didn't realize that John Lithgow voiced Lord Farquaad. So
Really?
I just had to look. That's why I was so quiet. I was looking it up. I was like, what?
You
Anyways,
learn something new every day.
dude, I love that man. No wonder I liked him.
What?
Yeah, no. If you're done.
Okay. Alice, do you
We
got
can be
anything
done.
else you want to talk about the play?
Nah.
Okay.
Did
Good.
you know that like the puppet was like Pinocchio? The dude who was
Uh-huh.
Pinocchio was like in charge of the puppet.
What puppet?
The dragon.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
I love you, kid, but you are just yes. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to my favorite part of the week. Jesus. My favorite part of the week where we talk about the things that have made us happy, the things where we celebrate just the small little nuggets of joy that we experience throughout the week. And Alice, with you being our guest, why don't you start us off?
Okay, mine's is kind of long, but
Go, please go. Hurry. You're in such a hurry to get going. Please go. Now go.
Go, go, go!
okay. This weekend we went to state championships for one act competition, and we won first place. We got a trophy and stuff.
Whoop, whoop.
Fiddler on the Roof. Whoop whoop. Can I say two things?
Please.
Okay. And then also today, this wasn't really joy, but it was there.
I mean, it didn't really make me happy. I was kind of ambivalent about the whole thing, but seeing as how we're
glad it
talking
happened.
about things.
Today I watched Five Nights at Freddy's,
my
and yeah, it was. I don't know any of the lore, so I didn't really get it, but it was there, and I watched it. So yeah. Did you know that the animatronics were puppets and CG?
Yep.
Indeed, I did.
Just an FYI.
Raven,
All right.
do you want to go? You want me to go?
Man, I think my brain is fried.
I
don't
think
even
so,
know
too.
what's made me happy this week anymore. Talking to your wannabe Gen Z kid is just like,
How dare you?
I
God
know.
bless.
I know.
Man.
So, all right, I'll go ahead and go.
Go ahead.
I got two stories to tell. We had a bird incident, and
Oh
this
my
I don't know if
God.
this is necessarily going to make me happy, but something
Stupid
really
bird.
hilarious happened during this whole ordeal. We had a bird get in our garage one evening and would absolutely not leave.
So
It was so frustrating. We were like, I'd go out in the garage and try to shoo this thing out of the ginormous 8-foot by 12-foot hole that is the garage door, and it kept flying around the garage and then landing on top of the garage door in between the ceiling and the door, right? So it would fly around, and I'm trying to shoo this thing, and I'm walking around the wife's car, and just it's not going. So finally, I'm like, all right, well, I'll just leave it alone. Hopefully it'll work its way out, whatever. Fast forward about 10 o'clock in the evening, I'm going to bed. Alice is still up. I'm like, hey, come out here and help me. You shoo it out, and then I will be here waiting for it, and then I will shoo it out the big hole. And she's like, okay. So now at 10 o'clock at night, she's got school the next day. I got work the next day. Laurel and Hardy go out there and start trying to shoo this bird out of the garage door, and it is not happening at all. At one point, I'm there with this big, giant plastic rake, just, again, trying to just gently nudge it, and I whack this thing and it falls down behind the toolbox.
Oh.
And at this point, I'm just like, I don't care if it's alive or dead. I just want it out of my garage.
Aw.
I go to like look behind the garage door, and it just starts flapping like crazy, flies up and around, and then lands back in the in its little spot above the garage door. And I think we probably put in like 30 minutes worth of work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So then we go to bed. I leave the garage door open, go to bed. And Kelly wakes up at some time in the middle of the night, shuts the garage door. I wake up, it's still in the garage. I get the kids squared away in the morning, and now at 6:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm out there. Kelly's gone to work, so now I have the whole garage to work in, and now I'm out here trying to get this bird. Round 3, and at one point, I get this dumb bird pinned on some stuff in the garage. I have it in the rake, pressed up against something. Its head is sticking through one of the slats in the rake, like one of the teeth in the rake. It's squawking like crazy. And I go, and I think to myself, all I have to do is like pull this bird out, like basically just kind of rake it out and hockey shoot this thing right out this big ginormous door. Okay. I go to pull, I step back, trip over my own feet, and cartoon fall hard. Like if there would have been someone filming this, I would absolutely end up on the internet, because here I am running around my garage with a rake in my hand, and then I fall down on my butt, and my butt was sore.
Oof.
And luckily I didn't put my hands back, probably because I was still holding on to the rake, but I straight up fell, and it was a dang old thing. I eventually get this bird trapped behind the freezer, wrap it up in a towel, take it outside. It slips out of the towel, and for
my God.
about a second, it flies back towards the big open garage door, because I didn't take it around the front far enough before it slipped out. It flies like 5 feet back towards the garage door, and I'm like, please no, and then makes a hard right and flies off into the distance. Yeah, it was a dang old experience.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Now, I say all that, part 2, or the next thing that made me happy. And this involves Alice as well, because she was there to witness this. I started telling a story. I can't remember how we got on the story, but I started telling Alice the story of my father's use of made-up slang words. And I was trying to say certain words. I'm not going to try to do it now, because I will for sure start laughing. But I was laughing so hard that I was crying, literal tears in my eyes, couldn't even see straight. And we were driving down the road, and I was like having a hard time breathing, just trying to say the absurd slang words that my father has said my entire life.
Yeah.
And was like, oh no, he used to say this. And she was like, and I couldn't even I couldn't even say it. And to the point where I was like, this is not even going to be funny to you anymore, because I've been laughing for 5 minutes and can't say this dumb word. It was so bad, we tried to call my dad, and he was busy cleaning fish.
Of course.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I've not had that much fun in a very, very long time. Alice said that she's never seen me laugh so hard.
Barg.
Yes, Berg. My dad calls his best friend Berg, or no, he calls his best friend Stein, and his best friend calls him Berg or Bergie. And it's just something they've always done since high school. I don't know where it came from.
That's not their names, by the way.
But this is also the same man. When I would come home with new slang and be like, yo, Dad, why you tripping? He'd be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean tripping?
Didn't you say he called it, like, he said, like, snurred off or something?
What?
He said, like, something with an S. I remember.
Oh. See, I didn't want to say it. All right, so one of the words that he said, um,
Oh God.
yeah,
Stupid.
she got me started. Okay,
No, he's not gonna be able to finish it.
one of the words that he said that is a complete and utter nonsense word is shinanomaki. Is that the one you're talking about? Yes. And that is used as a exclamatory word.
That's some
Used as
Shannon
like
Omaki.
a very a very like voodoo, if you will, would be a synonym for this. Like, oh man, I just put the voodoo on that thing that I was doing. He would be like, I just put the shinanomaki on it. And the
What? Where's this
is
man
Chris
come up?
around? Is Chris around?
He's playing video games.
Ask him if he is familiar with the term shinanomaki, and he'll be like, "What? Like Dad says?" I guarantee it.
Oh my God.
Yes. So that is that's my father, everybody. So, all right, that's all I got. Raven, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
You guys can find me over on the formerly known as Twitters at spooky_raven. I'm not going to call it what it is legal's name is right now. We do not like. Anyways,
Listen, if the website is still twitter.com, then it is still Twitter.
it is forever twitter.com. Who is actually out there calling it X? If I listen to a podcast and they start saying something like that, I like cringe because I'm like, no, that's not us as a society. Uh, You can find me on Instagram at That's a Raven Ellis. You can find our lovely podcast on whatever social media you want to. Just look it up at Nerd for No Reason. We are somewhere out there on this weird little spectrum of internet. Mark, where are you located?
Party people, you can find me on all the social media platforms at Turtles Do It. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Actually, no, not on TikTok. At least not under that. I don't want to give you all my personal
Twitter?
account. Yeah, Twitter. Yes. At
No,
Turtles.
it's crazy because you were telling me not to send you stuff on Twitter, so you stop getting on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. You
Fake
know,
friend.
listen,
Shame
you
on
ain't got to
you.
call me out like this, man. I mean, damn.
I'm gonna call you out like this.
All right, fine.
That's
Listen,
how I keep you on Twitter.
listen. To be fair, Twitter is very quickly turning into you know, what we all feared it would become. So, plus, I also kind of feel like I need to take a social media break. I probably won't because, you know, it's
True.
addicting. But, you know, hit me up at Turtles Do It. Alice,
Yes.
where can they find you on social media?
They can't.
Oh, great answer.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Raven never said what her highlight of the week was.
Shut up, Alice!
I want to know what made you happy this week.
Dog, nothing made me happy this week.
Yeah, I thought she said something, or she was like, "Oh yeah, no."
I was like,
She said
no,
her brain
Alice
was fried.
Alice fried my brain, and I was like, I don't know. I really don't know anything that I did this week other than work.
Did
like,
something
straight
at
up.
work make you happy?
It's the same old, same old.
You be posting them happy pictures.
Yeah. Those
happy
dogs.
Oh, them little crackheads. You know, I just be working. I need a break from work, I think, because my brain doesn't know how to function.
Real.
Yeah. That's what's made me happy this week.
Looking forward to a time off.
is the thought of 4 days off, one of which I'll have to spend half the time with my family and be like, there's so many people here. Because it's not just like all my family. It's not even like half of my family. It's my grandparents, my aunt and uncle. Chris will be at home working, and then I'm gonna go over to their place and eat my own food, hang out with the homies, and then bring him some food back. But she always invites like a whole bunch of her friends. So I'm just like, man, I have to socialize. I don't like any of it. Anyways,
Wow.
You'll be fine. I have faith in you.
thanks.
So.
I'll have alcohol and it'll make me fine.
See, that's what's up, man.
That's all that matters.
It's the little victories.
It's the thankful things.
Yeah.
The things that we're thankful for. Like alcohol and family.
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 Dom Toretto.
That's right. So everybody,
Sure.
we're gonna be off next week.
Yay.
We have what? All right, that's it. You're not coming on any more shows ever.
Ooh.
Fine. I didn't want to anyway.
I'll start my own podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Dad, will you upload this for me?
right, Dad, how do I start a podcast? What do you mean I have to do this every week?
I could record it on my phone, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what she would do. I've told her. Side note here. You sparked a memory. She was working on a video last week of cutting up a video and stuff for something she was doing, and she had a good idea of what she wanted. She was getting video clips. She was getting her friends to send her video clips and all this, and I was like, I can show you how to do this on the computer instead of trying to do it on your phone. Give you a little bit more control, show you how to do it, whatever. And I've been trying to do this for years. To be like, okay, hey, if you're going to learn it the right way. And she goes, no, I'm good. And she's over there locked into her phone for 3 hours as she's cutting up video.
Don't tell her how to live her life.
Right. I don't know. These Gen
Honestly,
Alpha
that
kids
sounds like
are
something
killing me.
I would do to Chris, to be honest. We'd be like, this will be way easier. And I'm like, nah.
Honestly,
Anyways.
it's fun. CapCut, that's my I never use it, but now I do.
Adobe Premiere Pro is better.
I was using iMovie, but iMovie crops it. So
What do you mean?
it turns, so I'll put in a video and it'll turn it into a square.
Yeah, it's because you film vertically, which is not meant to be, and then when you put it in iMovie, it wants it to be landscape. That's the reason it looks like a square.
Well, CapCut is apparently used for TikTok, so it keeps it vertical.
You know what, everybody? Why don't y'all go and do something wonderful in the world today? I'm ready to go to bed.
It's only 8:00.
I know.
All right. Oh, that doesn't matter. You guys are just the coolest media and have so much fun with your family, and you'll see us again sometime after Thanksgiving.
Indeed.
Yay.
Alice,
Whee!
do you have a cool catchphrase that you want to say?
I don't think you're gonna get any sleep tonight because you took a really long nap.
It was only 2 hours.
I took a 3-hour nap this morning. That was good. I'm ready for bed, too.
I took a nap. I took a bunch of naps today. I think I took 3.
Yeah, it was a late night and early morning for us.
That's what Sundays
So.
are made for.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all later.
Later. Adios, amigos. Don't date.
What? What? Say it. Say the thing. Say the thing.
No.
Come on.
I don't even know what she's saying.
This is where the cool music goes. Say the thing.
Wait.
My mouse girl.
Donde está el
Donde
Sounds
está el baño?
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Goodbye.